So my wife and I like to go rock hunting, and yesterday the rocks we were hunting for were slag glass. Slag glass is basically when a iron foundry releases their slag. They use silicates in the process of making the iron, and it forms on the top, and they have to dump it out. And so they'll dump it out into a river, and it cools on the beach. And so you get little pockets like this. You get sand embedded into it and whatnot. Now, why do we find this interesting? Well, because it's made of silicates. This is not true obsidian. Obsidian is formed by volcanic deposits over a high silicate area, and the silicate gets melted down and it rises to the top the same way this stuff did. But because it happens over a long period of time with a much longer heat cycle, it's much smoother and it has no bubbles in it. So like pieces like this here have lots of bubbles in it, even though it's basically the same material as this stuff. Now, like I said, this is not true obsidian, but it has the same sheen, it has the same internal structure, it is effectively the same thing. But unlike true obsidian, you get these really interesting patterns. Don't know if that one's going to show up too clearly, but there's these really interesting lines in here. You get really interesting patterns and colors. Like this one is in some places translucent, in some places not. It's got these nice swirls in it. A particular favorite of ours was this piece here. It's got almost these blue swirls in it. It's really interesting. So sometimes you don't have the real thing. You have basically a synthetic substitute, but you know, sometimes that's not a bad thing.